What's going on YouTube? Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. My name is Matt. My company's the DeRosa Group, and we've put out a lot of media stuff, including our book, Raising Private Capital, and we've got a lot of stuff here on YouTube if you guys aren't aware of it. And there's people that have learned a lot from what we put out on YouTube and from my book, Raising Private Capital. And so we've come up with a series called DeRosa Success Stories. And if you have a success story you'd like to submit to us and be right here on the YouTube channel, all you got to do is email success@DeRosaGroup.com. That is success@DeRosaGroup.com. I know all you guys know how to spell success, so success@DeRosaGroup.com. Send us an email, and you'll get considered to be right here on the YouTube channel for part of DeRosa Success Stories to talk about what you've learned from us from YouTube and from the book and everything else, right? So today's guest on DeRosa Success Stories is a friend of mine, Mike Parlante. What's up, man?
What's up?
Welcome. Thank
you.
So I met Mike recently, and we met through, he's local here in New Jersey where our office is, and he's a rising real estate investor, very quickly rising. And Mike, you've learned a few things from us through YouTube and through Raising Private Capital. So what have you picked up? What do you want to share?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest takeaways from working with Matt, but also reading his entire book, was you really have to have intentions and put yourself out there. I remember part of the book where you were talking about making sure that you were in here every Monday or Thursday putting out content. Bigger Pockets wasn't necessarily banging down anyone's door at that point. You had to write a bunch of stuff, put out videos, and you committed to that. And you probably didn't see any return on that investment for a very long time. But what happened over time, and just taking the time to commit to that, is that you established a large platform now and credibility. And you're able to leverage social media, you're able to leverage that platform so that people know what you do. And I have now made it a commitment of mine to commit to that and put stuff out there so that people know what I'm doing. I've been investing in real estate for 11 years, but I've also had a 9-to-5, and I've been in the corporate world, and I've had the opportunity to speak in my industry and mention that I was a real estate investor. And the one thing that I remember, the one takeaway, was that at the end of the conferences, the people and the colleagues and the clients would come up to me and not ask me about the specific industry-related topic I was speaking about, but real estate. They were interested in it. And it made me think, God, you know, it makes a lot of sense. Everybody is interested in bettering their lives. Everybody's interested in reducing their taxes. Everybody, but they don't know how. So I can't just keep going to conferences, right? So I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone and put content and maybe create a brand separate from my 9-to-5. And that was one of the biggest takeaways.
So putting yourself out there, and also I heard you talk about the repeatable process, because one thing you guys should know is we've got a good amount of YouTube subscribers now, and a lot of people are following us, but we didn't have all that in the beginning, and we just committed to the habit of putting content out on about every 2 weeks. We put out stuff on the YouTube channel, every Monday, every Thursday right now, and we've been doing that for years. So just making that repeatable commitment that you're going to put stuff out there. I mean, you've been doing this for a while, but you've perhaps been doing it in secret, and now it's time to really come out and start really pushing what you do out to a global medium, right? So what mediums are you going to start putting out? Like through what vehicle?
I'm gonna keep it very. I think there's power in simplicity.
Oh,
right?
yes.
So what I think is the best avenue at this point is LinkedIn and Facebook.
Yeah.
Particularly because my industry is orthodontics and my network is orthodontist, and I have a lot of my network and connections on those two platforms already. So by creating a separate brand, while maintaining my positions within the industry, I create this separate brand that I can now post information of things that I'm doing, and create an environment where people can ask questions about some of the projects that I've worked on. You know, put it out there in some of the passive real estate investments that I've done. Put out some of the information on the things that I failed at, right? So that all of these...
That takes courage, by the way. Talk about your failures,
Absolutely. And I want to create that environment through LinkedIn and Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And I think that for those of you watching as well, you can do this, but you don't have to have a YouTube channel or a podcast or any of those kinds of things to get the word about what you're doing. If you guys have a Facebook page, you can be putting your successes in real estate on Facebook, not as a braggart, not just bragging about stuff you're up to, but just put out interesting content. Too many people are just bragging on Facebook about, hey, I just bought an apartment building. Well, congratulations. What did you learn in the process of buying that apartment building, right? I hate people bragging on Facebook or on social media like that, right? Put out, because we're all human, and Facebook makes people look inhuman. By the way, it makes people look. It's like they're perfect. It's like the perfection window, right?
It could drive you nuts if you really dig into it.
It can, but I love it when people put real stuff out there, right? So you could say, listen, I happen to know you bought, was it a 12 unit recently?
6 unit.
The 6 unit in AC, yep. Right? Okay. So there were great lessons that you got out of that. So Mike could put lessons he got out of buying that 6 unit in Atlantic City on Facebook, right? We've put out stuff that we've learned, and even in my book, Raising Private Capital, I talk about some painful stuff. We had a bunch of money stolen from us, right? It would have been very easy to not talk about those types of things in that book, but it's more real to put everything that you're learning out there, and I think people can relate to that. And we've found that it has drawn more people to want to work with us by putting out real stuff, not just like pie in the sky, rosy colored, like, hey, life's perfect kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, because it's not genuine.
It's not genuine. And I think people see through that, right? Don't you? I mean, I see through it. You see through that. You guys probably see that too, that those types of media posts are full of you-know-what, right? It's like, no, life's not perfect. And it's okay that it's not, because nobody expects it to be. And if you put out real stuff and real stuff you're learning and growing from, then it's even better, right?
Yeah, one of the most important things to me is developing a tribe of people that I don't want to sound repetitive, but like, know, and trust. And and I can sift through tons of social media posts of stuff that just seems disingenuous. But more importantly, I can really tell where the valuable content is. And I can also draw in the type of audience that is going to benefit from the information by just being genuine, right? And modeling after some of the people who have done it before.
Being real, yeah. Okay, great. So that I think I look forward to hearing more about what you're going to be up to. It sounds like you're really poised for a lot of success. What's next for Mike Parlante? So now what, right? You've had some wins, you've had some successes. It sounds like you're applying some stuff you learned from us, which is awesome. So now what?
Yeah. I have some specific goals for the next year. I have a particular product that I sell online. That's another revenue stream. So I want to, between that and real estate, I want to increase the cash flow by $2,500 a month between those two particular assets. By doing that, I'm going to still look after specific properties locally. I don't go after anything really massive. 2 different zip codes and stuff that are in like the 6 unit to 24 or 30 unit range that doesn't have a lot of institutional money coming after it. Maybe mismanaged a little bit more.
That's a good sweet spot.
It's for and I would only do that in particular areas that are local. More importantly, I'm looking to align myself with best-in-class operators in particular assets, right? So you in the apartment complexes, Josh McAllen in hospitality. I have a very close friend in storage, and maybe some other ones. That way, I can use my network if I so choose to bring great deals to them. And I can confidently tell them, I've worked with these guys, I've put my own money into these deals, and they outperform, and I trust them most importantly, and they trust me.
Yeah. I think that's great. I think that you're really poised for success. I'm really looking forward to seeing where all this goes for you. I'm glad to say I know you. So if people are watching here, want to get a hold of you, want to talk to you about deals, want to talk about perhaps how they're able to make, because you still have a full-time day job.
Sure.
You're able to run a successful real estate portfolio while you're still working. That's another conversation as well. How do people get a hold of you to hear more about what you're up to and hear what you're up to these days?
Yep. 2 best ones are going to be LinkedIn and Facebook, at Mike Parlante, or the new brand that we've created, which is going to be called Mega 10 Mindsets, and that's going to be Mega X Mindset. So
Mega X Mindset.
Mega X Mindset.
Okay, and your last name is spelled Parlante.
Parlante. And Mega 10 mindset has a lot to do with just that mindset to be successful at no matter what you're doing. So mega health, mega behaviors, mega habits, mega networks, and mega friendships and partnerships, because I believe wholeheartedly in having balance in everything. And a lot of the drivers here is my family. So it all revolves around being the best at a husband and a father, and being able to manage my time and develop these cash flow streams while still working.
Yeah.
I still have a great job, and I work within a great industry that I respect.
And that's okay, because not everybody needs to. You don't have to do this business full time to be successful. And I'll say that if you guys are watching this and you're like, you want to get in real estate because you hate your job, I'll tell you this: go get a new job. This is not, real estate investing is not a replacement for anyone's job. Because,
it's a long game.
Yeah, well, this is work in its own. I mean, I'm not sitting by the pool eating bonbons either, and I'm a full-time real estate investor and have been for many, many years, but it is work to run a real estate investment business, even if you're passive like we are, with your property managers running the day-to-day of the assets. There's still work to do with regards to running these properties and that. So I think that it should not be the end-all be-all to quit your job to invest full-time. You can be super successful and build a business as Mike has while you're still working full-time. And that's something that I commend you for.
Yeah, so. And it takes systems, right? It takes a lot. It takes technology. It takes delegation.
Yep.
That's probably another thing that I've taken from you. You're very, very specific and intentional when it comes to delegation. You have to put people in positions that are able to do a lot of the operational stuff, so that you can be creative and have the freedom to be creative and put your brand out there. And it's something I'm continuously working on. I'm not great at it, but I've put things in place that allow me to do all this and still have plenty of time for my family.
That's great. Well, guys, you heard how to keep up with Mike. Please look him up there. And remember, if you guys have success stories you want to submit for things that you've learned either from my book, Raising Private Capital, or from this YouTube page, please email that to success@DeRosaGroup.com. That is success@DeRosaGroup.com. And we will consider your information, and you might even get lucky enough to be right here on the YouTube channel, either face-to-face, if you're local like Mike is, or through a video call, which we're happy to set up with you as well. So, cool. Thank you for watching, Mike. Thank you for being here. Look forward to having Mike as a repeat guest on the show. So please leave some comments for Mike or for me, and we'll make sure to get him on again. Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks. Have a great profitable week, guys.
Have fun, guys.